Well, hello there. Long time no see. Guess what? I'm back and I'm kicking ass and taking names. Okay, I know it's been a few years since I've been back on this channel. Uh, yes, life after having the awakening of all awakenings had really kicked the crap out of me and it needed a lot of soul searching. So I took the time, I did that, I found my purpose in life. I've got my armor on and I'm ready to get at it. Now, having a Kundalini isn't the easiest thing to navigate through. And it's not an overnight thing. You just wake up one day and, oh, crap, I see the world even more different than I did before. Now, to try and explain this to somebody, and it's not an easy thing to explain, trust me on that one, is you see the world, some people see the world with blinders on. They only see what's in front of them. It's like looking at a photograph. You see the subject in front of you. When you've had an awakening, you see what's going on behind it. And when you have a Kundalini, it's like you see 360 degrees around you. And you see shit that you really don't want to see, but you need to face it. And you ask yourself all these kind of questions, like, first off, why me? Secondly, why not you? You wouldn't have it if there wasn't a purpose for it. It was time to take the big step and wake up. Now, after all the soul searching I've done and everything to try and put it in perspective of why I'm here, I know that just for analogy purposes, to get the picture, to get the visual, that when you're awakened like that, you've just been given a knighthood, I guess you would say. You've become a warrior. You need to stand up and fight for what's needed. And right now, and what's been going on, is that you need to be on the front lines. Even though all that bullshit with the sea that happened and is still happening, that we're still on the front lines. But we're more than that. We need to really stand up and fight now. Because if you okay. It's almost, you get tongue-tied as soon as the camera turns on. And like in my head, I just had it all out there. But now it's more discreet, I guess you would say, on how they are doing it. And they're having us fight amongst ourselves now. And I think the sea had opened too many eyes. They got too complacent. And the ones that were having the mass awakenings were going, this is bullshit. Stop, stop. You're killing people. Stop, stop. But I don't think they've seen that part of it. They thought they had manipulated us enough that we would just get in line and do what they say like automatons. Well, it didn't work. There's a grand scheme here, a bigger plan. Like, I'll tell you right now, Mama Guy is pissed off with everything that's going on in the world and all the natural disasters and things like that. That's a shot across the bow, people. We got to get our shit together. We've got to go forward. We've got to take down that dark side. The light is winning. The light will always win. I'll insist that, because you can't see in the dark, can you? But you can in the light, and you always look for that light at the end of the tunnel. It may be a little pinhole of light, but people will start heading towards it. And that's what you are in the grand scheme of things. Now, if we all come together, share love, and try to bring peace to the world, that's a start. You don't have to battle with violence or aggression. You can battle with love and respect and peace and tolerance and acceptance. Like, I scratch my head and I can't believe the shit that's going on in the world. I don't watch the news because I'll tell you why. People are more than happy to tell me about it. but I do see what's going on around me. I go to work, and how many years on now that somebody sneezes, oh, you got to take a C test. Screw you. Get over it. It was a con. And once people start realizing that, the world will change. But a lot more have opened their eyes now. So why am I back on here? So I can be a little more brutal in my deliverance of my purpose in life. I did start another channel to try and empower those who feel like they're alone and have no voice. And because I've had people, and it's weird, talk openly to me about it. It's almost as if my vibration they're attracted to and realize that they can say things. Now, I don't fly the flag, beat the drum when I'm at work, but I won't relax on my laurels and on my beliefs and what I'm seeing going on in the world. What I'll do is I'll keep my mouth shut unless somebody asks me. And then, boy, they'll hear about it. Whether they want to or not, they'll hear about it. They shouldn't have asked. But I'm finding a lot of that. And the people that are coming to me are quite the younger generation. And it just blows my mind. And I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. But I'm almost like that safe haven for them to come with their thoughts and, what they're seeing in the world and wanting to know why nobody else can see this. And they're always afraid to say something. And I'm giving them the support. I'm empowering them to stand up for what they believe in and not to rest on because society is saying you need to do this. That's bullshit. That's absolute bullshit. You are your own unique person. And if that's one thing I've learned from this massive awakening, I am who I am. And I will be who I am. And my purpose in life is to get out there and empower people to be that unique person they are, to stand up for what they believe in, and that they should not be afraid to be who they are. Because society says you got to be this way, or you got to do this, or you got to do that. No. Listen to me and listen closely. Take responsibility for yourself. And that's the start of it. When you think for yourself, when you take that responsibility for yourself, instead of saying, you've got to run and get this booster, you got to get this, you got to get this done, you got to have this, you can't do that, you need this pill for that. Stop. Just stop and think about it. What are you doing? Why are you not thinking for yourself? Why, when you go to the doctors, here's a really good example because they seem to rule the world. It's a cash grab. Believe me, it's not about healing people. When they go and you say, oh, I'm not feeling right within myself. Okay, let's tick a few boxes. And I'm going to throw a book in here for you to read if you're up to it or you feel like it. James Davis. And it's called Cracked. Now, it is freaking brilliant. And it even opened my eyes to a few things, even though what he's been trying to get out there is what I've been believing all along. But he's also adding the foundations to why I believe this, because it didn't feel right. And if it doesn't feel right, I'm going to look into it more. But when you go to the doctors, I don't feel right in myself. They'll ask you a few questions, tick a few boxes, and say, okay, here's a pill. Instead of, what's your lifestyle like? Do you work shift work? Do you eat a balanced diet? Do you get exercise? Do you do this? Do you do that? Why are we not starting with the basics of life? Like, how stressed are you? Let's find a way to release the stress. Because I'll tell you right now, stress will do a lot to you. It will manifest inside you and appear as, I don't know, bloating. That's just something I threw out there. But you get the idea. Stress will kill you, and you need to harness that and relax and get rid of it. But what is going on in the world is keeping you stressed constantly. We need to find the calm. We need to sit back. We just need to love, relax, and try and find peace. And it all starts with self-love within ourselves. So I'm going to get on my soapbox again. And I guess this is not the time to do it because I'm reintroducing myself. Coming back into the world of YouTube and on this channel, because this has been quite an awakening and quite a journey, and it's far from over. And I have to say that I've really learned a lot over the past few years, that I had to step back and just soul search within myself, find out where I'm going with it. And believe me, a lot more gray hair has come out, but that's okay, because this is a journey. But this is also a battle for where we live, for what we're doing. Yeah, they're saying there could be a World War III. It's happening now, people. It's just not in a battlefield. It's them against us. And who are them? Well, let's look over history. Let's go back a few, 3-4 years and see who them are. Now, if I say it out loud, there's a good chance that my video won't make it up, or it'll be taken down, or I'll have some offense of some sort. But think about it. Just think about it. The corruption that went on. The amount of money that was being made. The amount of money that's still being made after the information came out. And this is after people have lost their lives because of it. It's time to wake up. Open your eyes. Take a look around and actually see who the villain is here. It's not us that are out here, trying to promote love and peace and acceptance. It's the greedy bastards. They're the ones. That's them. So, where do we draw the line? And here's the irony of it. We pay them for our best interest, and they're not doing their job. They're trying to get rid of us. It's not going to happen. Because why? Strength in numbers. There comes a point in life where we need to come together, and now's the time that we need to really come together. I thought it was, 4 years ago that we needed to come together. No. They've learned from that. They're getting better at the game. They're trying to distract us. For what purpose? But they're also pitting us against each other. Don't get me wrong. A lot of us went through hell because we stood our ground. We've lost family, friends, jobs because we stood our ground. We knew something was wrong, and we refused to comply. And there's more people now that are coming forward and saying, I wish I hadn't have done what I'd done. You'll never get an apology for those who really ripped you apart. At least I never have. And it's taken its toll. But I'm stronger than that. I'm stronger than them. And we have a voice. And we need to use that voice to come together and make this the world it should be. Okay, my lovelies. I'm back. And I love y'all.